Now tune in to Unapologetically Daphnique podcast.
You ready, B.O.B.?
Always ready.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Daphnique Springs, and welcome back to another episode of Unapologetically Daphnique podcast.
Yeah, we back up in there.
We are back. And it's heavy towards the end of the year.
It's real heavy, and it's been cold in LA lately.
Yeah.
Icy. Oh, Santa's coming.
Maybe you want to stab somebody.
That's what it does to you? It don't put you in the
Well,
Christmas
I mean,
tree?
cold weather, it definitely, murders are going on.
It's definitely robbery season.
Yeah.
I was thinking more so like the eggnog, the turkey, the dressing.
And a little stab. Shoot.
We know what time you on.
Okay, always. Turn up.
So what's been up with you, Daphne? What's been up
Nothing
with you for the
much.
last couple weeks?
Another quiet week. Happy about that. But this weekend I am in Hollywood, Florida, and Tampa, Florida, with the one and only Martin Lawrence.
Hey!
Yeah. And this past week, Martin Lawrence had a charity event supporting kids ages 9 through 15, and that was really dope. The interaction with the kids, and they was like, "We know you from YouTube," and I was like, "Yeah, back up off me, back up, no, it's just all love." But it was a great event, giving back to the community. Yeah, so
Marty Martin really loved kids.
yeah, Marty Martin loved kids. You know, kids felt love. He took pictures with them, hugged them, brought out some bigger people. Like I felt like when they was like, we know you from YouTube," because it was a disconnect between some of the other celebrities that were there that were Martin Lawrence age. And it's crazy because a social media influencer, they knew us. And I felt like top dog until DC Young Fly walked in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the real star right there." He couldn't even walk without them asking to take a picture. I mean, I took some pictures, but that dude took some pictures. They was like, DC. You even saw grown ass men like.
But that's their age group.
Yeah.
That's the kids' age
I mean,
group.
I'm the same age group as DC Young Fly, and they weren't flocking on me like that. Okay.
Well, they were flocking.
Yeah, I mean, but he got 15 million followers on Instagram just alone. So, yeah, I'm catching up. I'm on your ass, DC. But it's good to see him. Good spirits. A lot of great people there.
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
let's crack into this because the news been heavy.
Oh,
The streets been streeting.
Always. What's been going on?
First up, Broward County, which is near where I'm from. I'm from Palm Beach County, Florida. Broward County, the county next over below, which would be considered South Florida. Broward County is between Palm Beach and Miami-Dade County. Broward County to vacate convictions for people who brought crack made by the sheriff's office.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
not all crack, but only the crack made by the sheriff's office. For 3 years, the Broward County Sheriff's Office reportedly manufactured crack cocaine to sell it to individuals, only to arrest them later for purchasing the drug. This controversial operation has sparked outrage, raising serious ethical and legal questions about law enforcement tactics. Damn.
So,
they cooking up the crack. Crack is not easy. It's not like cocaine where you just cutting it and bagging it. Crack, you're in the kitchen.
I mean, you sweating.
Yeah.
You got a fishnet hat on.
Yeah.
Like, you literally...
And a mask.
And a whole bunch of boxes of baking soda.
Whole bunch of baking soda.
Baking soda. I got baking soda.
I don't know if they was running a deal with Walmart to get extra baking soda the same way Diddy was getting all this baby oil. But this was a whole operation. But what's crazy is they said, "Hey, we're going to pardon those people that bought this specific crack." Like, nigga, where you get your crack from? Broward County Sheriff's Office. Okay, then, you go ahead, you get out of jail. But if you bought your crack from Darnell down the street, staying in prison.
Now, I got a question.
Yeah, I got questions too.
Now, everybody I know that cooked crack and sold crack, they had...
he swear, y'all don't know B.O.B., but he from Jackson, Mississippi. He swear this is the worst place.
Google Jackson, Mississippi.
In the country, maybe the world. He act like it's third world country, so he ready to say, "I know people that used to cook crack." So go ahead with your cook crack story.
But I would just say, like, most of the people I know that sold crack, they always keep testers around them. So they always have, like...
people that test the drug.
Test the drug. Like, they fix on the washing machine, the dryer, your car, everything. But they hang around and lure around to test. So my only question is for the sheriff deputies, who were their testers before selling it on the streets?
You know, a lot of cops be going around sleeping with prostitutes too and not paying them. So they probably just had the prostitutes that was already drug addicts just testing the crack. But here's the thing, I'm not mad at the Broward County Sheriff's Office because, you know, shit, inflation and all the things that are going on in this country, I'm not mad at them for selling crack at all. Like, I'm not, that's like the least of my worries. You know, you got to get it how you live. Y'all working together, whole operation, work together. You know, get your little side hustle. The side hustle was cooking up that crack and selling it to individuals. But here's where I have a problem with it. Only to arrest him later for purchasing the drug. Like, see, now y'all trying to get traffic court money and also court fees and working with the attorney. Y'all doing too much. That's when y'all started doing too much. If y'all was just cooking the crack, we'd be like, all right, cool. Inflation is high. It's a lot going on in this country. Y'all, yeah, sometimes your pension don't pension. You know what I mean? Sometimes the savings ain't saving. We not mad at Broward County Sheriff's Office selling the crack. We mad at y'all for selling the crack and then turning it around and taking the people to jail. That shit don't make no sense. So you get money 2, 3, 4 ways. And that's not cool. That's where it's a little distasteful. Let my auntie smoke her crack, but you ain't got to take her to jail. You sold it to her.
It's pretty low.
Yeah. Like, how low can you go, Broward County Sheriff's Office? I wonder where they doing this whole sting operation, like, back to back. Hey, come here. We got some crack cocaine. Undercover cops sell it to them, and then they like, gotcha. I hope they let them smoke it first. At least let me get a little taste.
I wonder if they were just sitting around the deputy office and was like, you know what happened to crackheads?
Yeah.
We're a little low around it.
Yeah.
We need to hit the street.
Yeah. We got to recruit. You know what? But I ain't mad at them, you know, for making the crack. Because, I mean, we all went through the DARE program back when I was in school. Crack is whack. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
DARE program, you know not to do drugs. If you do them, they gonna do the drugs. So the Broward County Sheriff's Office might as well go ahead and sell it to them. But don't arrest them too. You gotta pick your poison. Either you arresting them or you sell it. But you can't do both, Broward. And that is the reason why we done with y'all. Moving on. Next up on the docket is your boy Trump.
Trumpster.
Yeah, he take office January 20th, 2025. And I'll be reading y'all a little comments. Somebody said that they used to like me, but then they found out I was a Trump supporter, and then they don't like me no more. Bitch, I'm not even a Trump supporter.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You can like somebody and then not be a supporter.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, because a lot of y'all watch my content, but y'all don't buy live show tickets, so y'all not real supporters. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about it.
If you a real supporter, you gonna buy a ticket and support me.
That's a fact.
When I come to your city. If not, you ain't a Daphnique supporter.
Yeah, and regardless of who we support.
You just watching free content.
Right.
Because I ain't charging y'all nothing. I put in all this work, ain't charging y'all nothing. Some of y'all come to my channel and not even clicking subscribe or follow. Follow me on every platform. You a Daphnique supporter? Period.
We appreciate the ones that do.
Yeah, I don't follow Trump on no social media platforms. Yeah, we appreciate y'all that too. Everybody else did this for you. Okay? Trump supporter mean I follow this nigga on social media. I'm subscribed to his newsletter. I'm popping up at the rallies. I'm buying his sneakers, all gold shoes. Y'all ain't never seen me do none of that. So I ain't no real supporter. I can be like, oh yeah, I agree with some of the stuff you say, but I also agree with some of the stuff that the Democrats say. I'm just 50-50, okay? I'm not loyal.
I seen her with a MAGA hat, but I've never seen her with it on.
Lord.
Okay? I just want to say that. I've seen the MAGA hat.
A sketch.
Okay, but she never had it on.
Let me sketch.
All right.
Okay? Okay. Everybody can get these jokes. So your boy Trump is back. Here's what he's saying. Trump says he plans to end birthright citizenship on day one of presidency. Claims American citizens with family here illegally could face deportation. The only way to not break up the family is to send them all back. This dude is diabolical.
He right, though. He got a point.
He said, yeah. Then Trump said, we don't want to break up the family. You all go back.
That's bold.
Yep. And Trump is doubling down. He's saying his plans for mass deportation of undocumented immigrants. In an interview with Meet the Press moderator Christian Welker, stating that you have no choice but to remove those living illegally in the United States. I mean, millions have come over here, and Trump saying it's time to clean up. Okay.
Well, I have a bit of, I'm in confliction with this.
You know, 2 immigrants, and now you loyal just because they clean your house, B.O.B.
Yeah, and you know they do a great job.
Yeah, and that's the only reason you try to keep them around, because they cleaning your place, and they're doing a great job.
And I can go to the gym for the 3.5 hours.
And you ain't got to worry about them stealing nothing.
And they won't touch nothing. Even one time where I actually was like, where's my watch at? They stored it in my jewelry box.
What?
I just thought they left it where I.
And so every 18 million need to stay over here. You know
they appreciate work.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think it's no problem with anybody coming to this country to work.
Correct.
But it's about being documented. You can't just be under the radar, because here's the problem that I have with it is that I have to pay taxes.
That's correct.
That's not fair that somebody gets to work in this country, come here, live, bank, own property, have bank accounts and all this stuff, and not pay any taxes because they're undocumented. That's not fair. You're going to be a part of this country, be 100% part of this country. And nowhere, it's not in many places in the world where you can go and just start just living up, just open up shop, and don't nobody say nothing to you about having citizenship. That's all we're seeing is that
Panama people.
Panama.
Panama.
Yeah, it sounds like the water is like Flint water too. So you take your ass over to Panama if you want to and drink that dirty ass water. Like, I don't know if they got dirty water, but it just sounds like they do. It sounds like they do. Sound like the water, very Flint water.
Places you can go to, people.
You like what?
One of the largest money laundering places you can go to is Panama. Yeah, and
some of y'all only got about $1,000 in your savings. So if you want to go over there and launder money and drink Flint water, go ahead. Bye. See you later. Okay, don't come back since your ass so smart.
All bad. That's all bad. But right here where it says like for first U.S. family-born citizens have to actually go back to their origin country, along with their family who are illegally documented.
Yeah.
I don't know what those firstborn citizens have gone through to obtain citizenship rightfully.
Well, when the firstborn mean that your parents are illegal and that now you're on United States soil, they gave birth to you on the soil, so now that automatically makes you a United States citizen. So he's saying because of that, because your parents were illegal, your ass got to go back to, bye, get up out of here. We don't care what good you're doing in the community. We don't care that you paying taxes. Your parents didn't pay taxes, and what they did was illegal. So all y'all got to go. We don't want to break up a family. That's what Trump is saying. I'm just only regurgitating what he's saying, y'all. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Hint, hint. I'm just saying. I don't know about once you become a citizen, but damn, if you're undocumented, get documented and then come back.
I'm just curious what it does for the traffic in L.A.
If you imagine that, it probably would loosen up traffic. How many people out there driving undocumented?
A lot.
Just taking up, like, now I could get to everywhere 30 minutes sooner because everybody driving on the road is documented.
It's going to be like the pandemic.
Yeah.
You can just get where you got to get to in 15 minutes.
And don't have to worry about nothing. Look at God. Okay, let's watch this video about Trump, because y'all know he always want to be on video talking his ish.
You promised to end birthright citizenship on day one. Is that still your plan?
Day one.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people.
Maybe.
But we have to end it. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive action?
You know, we're the only country that has it. You know, if somebody sets a foot, just a foot, 1 foot, you don't need to.
Just a little toe.
Congratulations, you are now a citizen of the United States of America. Yes, we're going to end that because it's ridiculous.
Through executive action?
Well, if we can, through executive action. I was going to do it through executive action, but then we had to fix COVID first, to be honest with you. We have to end it. I'm going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Oh, quickly.
Within your first
So
100
y'all only
days,
got,
first
y'all got
day?
less
First
than
day.
30 days.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking
To
first
issue
day.
these pardons.
These people have been there. How long is it? 3 or 4 years?
Okay.
You know,
That's a
by the
long
way,
vacation.
they've been in there for years, and they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open.
4 million families in America who have mixed immigration status. So I'm talking about parents who might be here illegally, but the kids are here legally. Your borders are.
You're talking about separation.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are two aspects to this. Your border czar, Tom Homan, said they can be deported together. Correct. Is that the plan?
Well, that way you keep well, I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together, and you have to send them all back.
Even kids who are here legally?
Well, what you got to do if they want to stay with the father? Look, we have to have rules and regulations. You can always find something out like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'll tell you what's going to be horrible. When we take a wonderful young woman who's with a criminal, and they show the woman, and she could stay by the law, but they show the woman being taken out, or they want her out, and your cameras are focused on her as she's crying as she's being taken out of our country, and then the public turns against her.
So he already anticipated public turning against him by them using the pretty face, which is mass media, and the Democrats don't really employ that. But I like to see this happen. Not saying that I want to see it happen, but I'm just saying I don't know if he can pull this off.
That's going to be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Because this country has literally been like a broken fence for decades.
Yeah.
That people can actually run through.
And then if you start to only target specific groups, then that's discrimination and racism. So if you only go after Hispanic people, that's not right, because how many Armenian people or Asian people? Mm-hmm. And then as black people, when they start saying Haitians, I'm like, leave them alone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, they fought for their rights. They was the only country to ever actually win they rights back.
Well, we have alliances with certain different races.
So I can see people being like, offensive, because like when they be saying everybody else, I'm like, all right, I'm not everybody else. But when they start talking about Asian people, I'm like, leave our Asian people alone. They black. Why y'all giving them a hard time? Remember when they was swimming across the waters back in like 2004 or 2005 or 6 or something like that? They were swimming. They were sending them back. It was actually police officers on horses in the water, whipping them back to go across the water. And it was like, when we saw that, we were very like emotional about it. So I can also see Hispanic people feeling that way about their people. But it's a lot of Hispanic people that voted for Trump and that want deportation. They want it. So sometimes, hey, if the masses of your people is against you, they're against you. So, this will affect everybody. A lot of people assume that it would only affect Hispanics, but it's not going to affect Hispanics. It should affect everybody.
That's a fact.
So,
moving along.
All right, next up, this got to do with Takeoff.
That's tough.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
The third Migo Takeoff, who they say got left off of Bad and Bougie, but they say he didn't get left off of Bad and Bougie. But
who got left off of Bad and Bougie?
Y'all know he was recently unalived. But Jane Doe has victory in court as judge agrees to substitute late rapper Takeoff's mom's name in place of his in a sexual assault lawsuit. So a woman going by Jane Doe has won a victory in court as a judge has agreed to name late rapper's Takeoff mother as a substitute defendant in her sexual assault lawsuit. The woman reportedly claimed she was sexually assaulted, R-word, by the Migos rapper, whose real name was Kishanari Kari Ball. I don't know. Black people just put letters together.
That's a very unique name.
Yeah, his mother. Some people, I swear they be spelling their kids' names from like a 4th grade education.
Yeah, absolutely.
The syllables don't be syllabling.
Our Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah. Oh, facts. Okay, so this woman claims that at a party, she was essayed by the Migos rapper at an Encino house on June 23rd, 2020. This lawsuit alleges that Jane Doe turned down Takeoff's advances, but despite her making it clear that she didn't want relations, he followed her to a room and forced himself on her. Judge Huey P. Cotton granted Doe's motion to name Takeoff's mother, Tatiana Patrice Davenport, to take the place of the rapper who was shot to death at a bowling alley on November 1st, 2022. As the defendant in the case, his mother has reportedly been named as head of his estate. This woman, Jane Doe, is seeking $6 million in claims.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is unimaginable. So
yeah. So they basically saying even after death, your mother can take your place, and because she has taken over your estate, and that can now be sued. This is nasty work. We live in an era now where it's just lawsuit city. We're gonna get to Jay-Z a little later, but Jay-Z said that if you feel like I did something to you, file a civil claim.
A criminal case.
A criminal case versus a civil case. This
Correct.
is civil when they want money like that. But like, where's the criminal case in this? Why are you automatically at $6 million? Now, I do believe if somebody sexually assaulted you, that you should be entitled to money. But I think you should be entitled to the money after you file a criminal case and let that go through a criminal court versus civil first. But that's just my opinion. What you think, B.O.B.?
I think that it's highly unfortunate. It's hard for me to expound on that because I don't want to lack empathy for any woman that has gone through any type of sexual abuse, sexual assault, etc. with a man. I think that's just the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Absolutely.
But I also empathize with his mother that she has to sit and represent her son. And and
he's not there to defend himself.
He's not there to defend himself, and she lacks information to really truly defend him.
In the exact case,
she wasn't present, so I don't know how this was approved by a judge to have the mother represent a son when she wasn't at the party. She obviously wasn't
in the vicinity,
and she,
I wasn't even in the same state.
And she doesn't have his penis in his hand. In her hand. So
yeah.
I mean, like, I can't verify anything.
I mean, but if it was a test done, and his DNA was on the test, and this woman did go to like the hospital or call the, try to file a case that same night or next day, then I can understand the mother being held liable. But without any of that type of evidence and just a person's word, then I don't see that. But I don't know how deep this case has gotten. So at this point, this is just a filler.
And to your point, I think this case has been luring around for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
That, post his death, it immediately came out. So I think that she's been working on this case for a while.
Okay.
So now it's just come to a head where they put the mother.
Where the judge is actually saying, "Okay, cool, we'll allow this."
Somebody got to be held accountable.
Somebody got to be held accountable. So, y'all just know that if you're out here doing demonic stuff, saying women, that your mama gonna be held liable too. And if it happened to me, I'm slapping that bitch. How about that?
Bro, just get a PS5 and one chick.
Okay. Just play, you know what I mean?
It's so
virtual reality.
Yeah, just get a one old lady and a PS5. I promise you good.
Get married.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop being sexual deviants out here. All right, moving on. This brings us to Andrew Schultz. So Andrew Schultz said he could genuinely have sex with Kendrick Lamar against his will if he really wanted to.
That's nasty work.
Nasty work. Okay, so the reason why Andrew Schultz is now attacking Kendrick Lamar is because a track from Kendrick Lamar's new record, Lamar rapped, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law." And I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months back, we actually talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
That Andrew Schultz made it a point to attack black women when two podcasters from London was on his podcast, and they were talking about the black wife effect that went viral on TikTok, where white men were showing the before and after of marrying a black woman and how they stepped up their style and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and Andrew Schultz was like, how? Because the black girlfriend effect, they lose their hair from black women complaining about shit all the time. And I don't know. That was distasteful. But I heard Andrew Schultz dated a black girl too. So maybe you got some type of animosity here.
Well, white men, that goes back to centuries ago of their admiration for the black woman. And quite frankly, from what I view, I see a lot of white men actually have more respect for black women than white women, than their own, and exhibit more respect for them.
Who?
A lot of white men have display more respect for black women than their own women sometimes. But in this case, this is a very unique case that Andrew Schultz had taken in response to Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar never called him out by name. At first, when I first heard the record,
I think he was talking about him.
Yeah, he was.
He had to be talking about him or Gary Owen.
I thought it was Gary Owens.
Oh, okay. It could have been.
Because Gary Owens went through the divorce with
Gary Owens always say it's no S on the back of his name. It's Gary Owen.
Oh, my bad. Well, Gary Owen, I thought he was talking about you in regards to your ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
I didn't associate
so
this
we
with
don't,
Andrew.
Yeah, so Andrew might have just took a bullet for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let it be known that he actually wants to sleep with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
In the midst of that.
Let's listen to it.
Yep, they'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy, y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. There's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we've done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I'll let him choose a position.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that shit.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him. Like, the only reason he got security is to stop people from having sex with him whenever he wants. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people who could fuck me against my will. I was in an elevator once with this drag queen, and this motherfucker was like 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the elevator, and we're going down. I'm like, yo, if he wanted to take it, I gotta cause a ruckus or something like that. Like, I gotta shit my pants. I gotta do something. I know with Kendrick that he's talking a lot of shit, but if it came down to it, I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle. I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle and make love to him if I wanted to, and there's nothing he could do about it. I might not be hard. Dick might just slap soft against his butt. I could be romantic with him, and there's nothing he could do about it, to the point, like, I think I'm so charming, he would just fall into it.
Woo! That's heavy. The reason why this is disrespectful is because this man literally tried to defend black women. Kendrick Lamar, he said, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law." And you got so offended that you decided to publicly emasculate a black man. And here's where it's murky. Because a lot of people want to say these are just comedians and these are just jokes. But, I mean, this is historical right here. This is historically disrespectful. Yeah. Because in the black community, with black people being slaves, black Americans, because Kendrick Lamar is a black American. We're both black Americans. We're not immigrants. We're not from, our parents aren't from another country. We're from America. We are Americans, black Americans, right? So with that being said, with our history with slavery, our ancestors dealt with actual slave masters, and it was called breaking the buck. So if a black male got too disrespectful or uprised on the plantation, where they could actually gather more slaves and actually uprise against the whole plantation, or if they ran to escape for freedom to the north, white slave masters would, once they got caught, they would bring them back, public humiliation, bend them over, and rape them in front of the whole plantation. Mm-hmm. And that's why this is actually disgusting and sick, and it's past a joke, because now you're really taking like our history and weaponizing it against us as a community, and that's where the disrespect is. And also, I'm not not really mad at Andrew Schultz. I think this is what he's doing is very on brand. This is who he is. Even in this short clip, if y'all listen, he misgendered someone, right? He said, if I was on a elevator with a drag queen, he. And, you know, I don't know how all drag queens identify, but it also shows. And then another thing that he did that was very disrespectful, he had them post a picture of Kendrick Lamar, and he said Travis Kelce's girlfriend. That is Taylor Swift, one of the largest stars probably in its entire world. I mean, highest grossing performer, tour performer, and all of this other stuff going on. And you literally called her Travis Kelce's girlfriend. Like, that probably worked with the other girl because his career was way bigger than her. But you actually took a mega star and reduced her as a woman. It just shows that you don't respect women at all either, right? And obviously black people, because you would sit up here and weaponize our history against us with the buck breaking. And that's disgusting. And then so his defense to that, he said nobody has respected women more through art than rappers. So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up. How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? So basically that was his rebuttal, is that, yo, black men, y'all disrespect black women in your music all the time, and you get mad at me for saying that y'all women are annoying? When y'all talk about beating y'all women, all types of drugging your women, calling your women out their name. And I mean, that rebuttal, he did have a little point. It's kind of crazy when people want to come and just... Yeah, it's another thing with it. See, I think this also follows up under black on black crime, where black people get mad when a police officer kill us, or if any white person ever unalive us. Yeah. But when it's going on within our community, we're quiet about it, right? Yeah. But also people have to understand, when you have black on black crime, white on white crime is more prevalent than any other crime. Asian on Asian crime. People kill what's in close proximity to them. Hispanic people kill Hispanic people more than anybody else outside of their community because it's proximity. Yeah. But is that the thing? If we want to make the community better and call people out, we got to be above the black on black anything crime, right? But that's neither here nor there. That's a separate conversation with the black community. Right. That was disrespectful, but it's also on brand. If you know Andrew Schultz, this is what he does. But I'm not mad at him doing it. I'm mad at the black guy that sat in the room with him, kikiing and laughing at it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's who I'm mad at. Y'all gotta check white people. White people gonna white people. We know that. That's who they are. And then we also moved towards a society where white people have literally convinced themselves that they too can be a victim. And they too can be oppressed by society. And when they develop that mentality and start weaponizing it against the rest of us, that they too can be oppressed and be a victim, shit is just gone all out of pocket. So they feel like they can say stuff like this, right? Not understanding that it's still systemic racism, right? And that we still live in a world where white people make up only 7% of the world, but they control over 90%. Yet and still, they can be a victim and oppressed. So, yeah, I don't approve of this. I met Andrew Schultz, got a picture with him, did stand up with him at the Comedy Cellar. He's on brand. He's very opinionated, very outspoken. And, you know, I don't think he thinks he's a racist, but the shit he be doing be racist.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but emasculating saying you would emasculate another black man against his will, that shit not okay. Where's the joke at? Because I ain't laughing. You was the only one laughing. Well, you and your little buddies, your little coon over there, and your little rest of them.
Well, I think as a black man, I would just say this: somebody got to hold him accountable.
Well, they already threatened his family, and that's when he became a victim. Like, hey, you guys, if you come up to my family, leave, you're threatening my daughter, my wife. But your family become a repercussion of your actions. You know what I mean?
I think Kendrick got to slap the shit out of him.
Well, he gonna have to step on a stool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Somebody gonna have to hold him up. I think security hold him up like by, right up under his arms like
Kendrick. K-Dot.
Yeah.
K-Dot, I don't know what your company.
And you gotta respond, bro. If you did all that smoke for Drake, you gotta come for that.
You got it. This man just said he gonna make love to you, bro.
Yeah.
When I tell you, no lie, your New York show,
yeah,
turn up.
Yeah.
Take him to Compton.
Yeah. And then right after this, Andrew Schultz sold out 3 shows at the arena where the Knicks play.
Racism and bigotry.
Sales. Yeah. Well, we moving on from that. Breaking news: United Healthcare CEO fatally shot in Midtown Manhattan. Gunmen waited patiently for him. Okay, so Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was dressed in a suit and tie, making his way to the New York City Hilton Hotel. Ooh, we like a little Hilton. For a company conference happening in the ballroom. That's when a gunman, who authorities say has been waiting, opened fire from about 20 feet away. Multiple shots were fired, and Thompson, 50, was hit in the chest. He was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital, where doctors later pronounced him dead, according to the NYPD. Okay, here's the thing with Brian. Brian is the CEO, and some people be like, why would you try to just shoot the face of United Healthcare? United Healthcare CEO Brian, they said allegedly he had a lot of shares and he dumped his shares and came up $15 million. So with that being said, he was doing some nasty, shady work behind the scenes. And B.O.B. got some little insight. What's your insight, B.O.B., about United Healthcare?
Well, United Healthcare is their lineage is based on predatory insurance coverage. So United Healthcare, they focus primarily on terminally ill people, providing coverage for them. Now, of course, when you have pre-existing conditions, your insurance coverages options are lessened because you have pre-existing conditions. United Healthcare is a company that will insure you despite you're about to die in 2 weeks. But your rate is going to be sky high and you're going to be left with gaps of coverage. So more importantly, you're going to be paying probably about $800 to $1,100 a month in insurance, but you are ultimately going to be left with a huge debt with the hospital.
That's nasty work.
That's the reason why old buddy was many men.
Wish there upon me.
I don't cry no more.
Yeah, but the thing about it, he should have had security with him. Armed security. Ready.
6:45 a.m.
If you dumping $15 million in shares, you need to hire some security. Your ass was too cheap.
And my whole thing is to wait outside.
You can't be out here denying policies and just think you're just going to be walking the streets.
To wait outside Hilton for 10 hours while somebody sleep. I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. He was patiently waiting.
Okay. I don't even know that song, but it sounds fitting.
It was 50 Cent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nigga got shot.
Okay, they found the shooter. Luigi, how do you say that?
He's Italian.
Yeah, Italian. Yells out as he's taken into custody. Extradition hearing and insult to the intelligence of the American people. 26-year-old Luigi, who has been arrested in relation to the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, was valedictorian in his class. The suspect attended Gilman School, an all-boys private school in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the valedictorian of his class. Very smart guy. And a lot of people say they didn't think that he would do something like this. This is so off-brand for him. And also a little thing, I don't know if this kid had United Healthcare. Somebody was saying if something happened with his grandparents or whatever, they were denied policy. But it also was mentioned by friends and family that Luigi had a back surgery after a surf lesson and needed surgery. Luigi considered the killing of Thompson to be a symbolic takedown of United Healthcare over perceived corruption. And I'm wondering, did his little policy get denied for the little...
There's a possibility.
Yeah. I think it'll all unfold soon. But, this is scary for a lot of CEOs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is scary. If people start uprising and just killing people, But American healthcare system is, they don't care about people.
It's faulted. Well, what I know is going to happen now is that you're going to have C-level executives take down their profiles from sites like LinkedIn.
Oh.
A lot of people are going to actually start going AWOL in terms of online presence.
Yeah.
So people like Luigi won't be able to track where they are, what conventions are coming up, what conferences they'll be at.
Yeah.
This will change. This is an altering event right here.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the reason why it's getting so much media publicity is because healthcare insurance companies is what make the U.S. economy boom in terms of the stock market. Let me just say this. Your banks, the FDIC, the Federal Department Insurance Commission insures your money at the bank.
Wow.
Insurance is a big deal, but it's also one of the biggest corrupted businesses in North America, in the Western civilization, in the Western world. So Luigi is a well-read young man. He's 26. He went missing 2 weeks ago in San Francisco. His job hasn't been able to locate him. This guy has literally coordinated a plan to get some awareness out here on the healthcare system.
And he's willing to put his whole life on the line for it.
Yeah. So you got a lot of people worldwide that are
supporting him. People are already giving him alibis, saying he was with them using Photoshop, saying that he was at the art show, saying he was on boat rides, said that he was a truck driver. I mean, we got people like really like supporting him. But it's like if we move towards a world where the public can actually just take the law into their own hands and just execute people, it's scary times. I mean, it would be scary for everybody.
We're talking about purge at that point.
Yeah, this is basically a whole purge.
This is a purge.
You might as well hit the clock. And Trump already said that he was open to a purge, so we don't know what's to come in the future. May God bless us all. Ain't that part of the purge thing?
I just want to say this.
Yeah.
It's evident that we're going towards a even more capitalist society when people can't even empathize the fact that the CEO was a husband, a father, and a son. And
who dumped $15 million worth of shares. He was doing shady work.
Everybody.
I got scammed one time by a guy for $47,000 on a wire transfer to get me a car. And he had a wife, he had 2 kids, and when he stole my money, I didn't give a fuck about his wife and 2 kids. Because at the end of the day, 2 kids came out of his balls, and that wife, most wives know that their husband do shady work. So now I don't have any empathy for the family at all. At all. But that's because I dealt with a personal situation like that. You know what I mean?
We don't know where the $15 billion came from, Daphne.
Yeah, allegedly.
So we gonna say rest in peace to the CEO.
B.O.B. gonna say that.
And Luigi, man, keep your head up, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't drop the soap.
Yeah. And them fruit
you got a cute ass face, Luigi.
And them fruit cocktails they give you in prison ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
But eat them up.
Yeah.
And the rest of the stuff gonna be terrible.
Yeah, the rest of the food a little wet. All right, y'all. That wraps up this episode of Unapologetically Daphnique Springs podcast with B.O.B.
Yeah.
We out.
Peace.
Bye.
Follow, like, comment, and subscribe.